Yeah,
Wait, so, do you believe that your environment shapes who you are, like shapes who you become,
absolutely,
like who you grew up,
A
how
hundred
you grew up?
percent.
You do?
But
absolutely.
to a certain extent, I also believe, Dave, just because you started at the bottom does not mean you couldn't end up at the top.
Sure.
So you don't believe like and if you grew up in a bad environment, you don't think you have the ability to change the person you are.
No, that's exactly what I
Yeah,
said.
yeah,
Oh,
Just
okay,
because you
okay.
start at the bottom does not mean you don't end up at the top.
Oh, all right, all
mm-hmm.
right, okay.
Facts.
So it's at the same time though, you have to look at it like this though. What's going on in that environment that's shaping the mindsets? That's the true question you gotta ask to yourself when it comes to these certain questions. What goes on in these places? We all know what goes on in Philly.
Yeah,
We're from Philly.
yeah,
To just hear a gunshot, it becomes normal to us.
right,
That is not normal.
right.
That's not normal. To just, you mean to tell me I'm growing up and I'm sitting on my porch and I hear a gunshot from down the street
Mm-hmm.
and I don't even flinch? Like, it's traumatizing growing up in Philadelphia. Obviously, we know that because we're from Philadelphia. But I'm pretty sure there's other people on my audience listening.
Right.
And like I keep saying, this is surely me and my peers' opinions. This is not WSYC's opinion. WSYC doesn't even have an opinion. So it's like you really have to understand the emotional, mental decline that goes on in these environments. What goes on? Emotional and mental decline
Yeah.
is we don't have resources. I mean, you have resources. I'm not going to say you don't have resources, but you don't feel
You're limited.
comfortable. Yes, they're very limited, and you don't feel comfortable just going to a stranger to talk. Oh my God, my feelings are really hurt. I really do not know what I just seen. I really need to talk to someone because that's what it do to you. That's what gun violence does.
Yeah.
It traumatizes. It really does. I am a living example. It traumatizes people. And it's so social unacceptable again to open up and let people hear your feelings that we go, I'm a mask it. I'm gonna not talk about it.
Do you think part of that has to do with you being a male man? Just feeling like you can't express your feelings.
I was getting there with that.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I really
Okay.
was getting there with that.
Yeah.
I really was getting there with that. And I'm gonna continue on that, Zaire,
My bad.
before I ask my
Yeah.
question.
I didn't mean
Yeah.
to slow you down.
It's alright. It's alright. It's called one day at a time
Yeah.
for a
I know.
reason.
My fault.
So with males, we mask our energy, we mask our emotions. It's so social unacceptably to end up or pleading your emotions out in a healthy perspective that we feel as though shooting someone is going to make our emotions go away. It's going to make us hard. We're going to be respected. So, I mean, what is it? What do we go do? Because we see it all over Instagram. We see all the rappers talking about it. We so easily influenced. And not every male is like this.
True.
But it's just like, that's what we do. We don't have the outlook to pour our emotions out. Cause I promise you, if you got that outlook where you know how to pour your emotions out and you can actually control these raging emotions that you have in you, because everyone has raging emotions. You can control these
Mm-hmm.
emotions at a healthy rate. You will be straight. You gonna be straight. But you got 90% of teenagers our age just growing up. They're not doing that. Males. I'm talking about males.
Yeah.
I'm talking about males for a reason.
Why do you think
So
that is, though?
single parent households.
Interesting.
I think single parent households. Not only that, um, a female really can't teach a male how to be a male. A lot of fathers go to jail, and that's the example. That's a lot of reason why.
Are
You
you
know,
talking like in general or in like inner city aspect? Like,
I feel like I'm talking about males in the inner city
okay,
aspect.
okay, I feel what you're saying. Okay, yeah,
Inner city, because you got to look at it like this too. Growing up, inner city, the only time we really leave the city, like I said last night,
mm-hmm.
is to go to graveyards or visit our families in prisons. Like I was saying last night when we was talking about this,
Yeah.
we're not exposed to the world. We're not exposed to other cultures. We don't have the discipline to manage our emotions or to mask that in a healthy way. Because you can mask emotions in a healthy way. I can mask my emotions by reading books. That is so much more healthier than going to commit violence, a violent act or something.
Sure.
Master your emotion in a book. Reading some poetry, writing them down. We don't think like this though. We really don't. So
I mean,
as a male growing up in Philly, Zaire, what's your outlook on this? No, let me start with Dave. Dave, what's your outlook on it as a male growing up in Philadelphia?
As a male growing up.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
As a male growing up in Philadelphia, like how was it?
No, like what's your honest opinion in general? Not for you, like your honest opinion in general. Everything not about us.
I don't think I can have an honest opinion on how other men grows up in Philadelphia.
You see what goes on though.
Right, I see what goes on, but like